This is PJNET.TV, and this is my perspective and comments. In this video segment of My Perspective and Comments, we cover politics, society here and abroad, and the events of the day that are shaping our nation. PJNET.TV, My Perspective and Comment, coming to you with a worldview, one nation under God. Hello and welcome to My Perspective and Comments. And we're going to start out like we have over this year to plus 18 months of talking a bit about COVID to start us out here on My Perspective and Comments. And we'll start out from the UK. In the beginning of September, the UK government advisory body of the vaccinations has decided to recommend that the COVID vaccines for 12 to 15 year olds should they want to put a hold on that right now. The joint committee of vaccination and immunization this past Friday said that taking precaution at this point, they want to hold off, especially knowing that the children have a very low risk of getting seriously ill from COVID-19. So this is action that's being taken that they're taking in the UK, and we'll be following more of this, folks. A lot has been going on regarding COVID. We're seeing that the United States and many countries around the world are pushing for these passports, mandating masks in school. But I'm encouraged to see what's taking place. As I mentioned last week, we had the citizens in France over 8 weeks now. This will be the 9th or 9 weeks and plus that they have been in the streets protesting these passports and the tyranny from their government. And it was good to see this past weekend in the neighborhood of 150,000 in New York City were out protesting these mandates, especially in the hospitals. And we're seeing right now the indications of what's going to take place if this so-called president in the White House keeps pushing these mandates, like for our medical professionals right now, that they have to get the jab or they can't work. And now we're seeing hospitals shutting down because this short-sighted guy in the White House is dictating how this country is going to discriminate, and the government is bringing tyranny to the citizens here in the United States. And I'm glad to see that Americans are saying enough is enough. We're not going down this road, especially on an experimental vaccine. And so a lot's been taking place regarding the pushback on these government edicts from on high. So, we're going to be getting into more of this, but again, I keep forgetting, we're here on the U-Censor Tube video platform, so really to discuss COVID-19 and all that's really been going on. You've got these so-called professionals from the U-Censor Tube that is deployed to watch what people are saying about COVID-19, and if they don't match what these so-called authorized professionals say. But I'd have a question. Do these authorized professionals that are censoring on YouTube what should be said, did they hear Kamala Harris this past week when she said, we have to, the unvaccinated, they need to get this shot so that we can keep the vaccinated safe. Let me repeat that again. We need to get the unvaccinated, they need to get the shot to keep the vaccinated safe. Now, if these YouTube censors, if they're saying, yep, sounds good to me, that's, yep, they got Kamala's, yep, right on, that's medicine right there, Okay, so we'll go to a free speech video platform, and we'll discuss more on what Kamala Harris had to say and other areas related to COVID-19. And what I've been hearing too is something about things are leaking. So we'll discuss more in that on the free speech video platform, because you CensorTube, they want to ban you if you say anything regarding COVID-19 that doesn't meet their so-called experts, authorized experts, and we see where their leanings are. So we will take this to the free speech video platform there on Rumble. What I'd like to talk about now is this past week, Amazon blocked an advertisement for a new book on Black Lives Matter. The leadership there, claiming content that resolved around controversial, highly debatable social topics, and it's not permitted to be they couldn't use Amazon to promote and advertise for this book. The name of the book, BLM, The Making of a New Marxist Revolution, and that's the title of the book. It was written by Mike Gonzalez. He's a former journalist who is a senior fellow at the Heritage Foundation parent organization, The Daily Signal. So we see here again, Amazon, another piece of the big tech, wanting to silence and quiet anyone that has to bring some of these issues out of the tearing down of America and bringing that to light. Amazon, I guess, doesn't approve of that. So they want to, no advertisements regarding this book, BLM, The Making of a New Marxist Revolution. And that was written by Mike Gonzalez. I'd like to talk a bit about the Biden economy. And let's think back here when this guy took office here. What were some of the first things that he did? Keystone Pipeline. Yep. High-paying jobs. No, that wasn't good enough. We need to shut it down. No, too many people making money, I guess, from Biden. Obviously, good paying jobs, and the United States was in the middle of energy independence, and under the Biden economy, we're no longer in that position right now. In the Biden economy, we're looking at gas prices going faster than SpaceX up, and no end in sight under this reckless so-called president. And we're also seeing now fuel prices, as I said, food prices, building supplies, you name it. Go into a department store. Go into your grocery store and see what direction the products are going. They're not going down, they're going sky high. We're seeing the economists right now, they're concerned that inflation could be kicking in here, and that is a concern right now on their minds. This is what we're seeing under the Biden administration, or in his economy, and it's going in the wrong direction. And Vladimir Putin, it's got a nice pipeline there, all set up. They shut down the XL pipeline, and Russia now supplying Europe with the energy, and guaranteed he'll be able to adjust the prices as he sees fit because there's no other competition. So here we go, the Biden economy. And all I can say is one debacle, one failure after another that we've seen over this past year. And we're not even through the end of this year. And American people need to wake up to what's happening to this country. So, again, the Biden economy. And again, here... And I wanted to top off one more point in the Biden economy. Why work when you can stay home and make money and stay home? Yeah, why work? People now, the conversation, why work when I can make more money staying home? Yes, I said it, that's right. What the Biden administration has put in place is they're paying in the benefits and coverage for people that aren't working, so-called under COVID protection. They're paying more for people. People can make more money. Some people can make more money staying home instead of going out and working. And, this is... really, when you start looking at, there are people in this country that they have they strive, they have a desire to work. They don't want government handouts. They want to stand on their own. And now we are seeing more and more of our population that, hey, no problem. What benefit? Yeah, I'll take it. Instead of, having that resolve to provide for their family, that piece of a person that's striving to provide for their family, that sense of accomplishment, that they're making it on their own. And all they need is government to get out of the way. But now the new message is government can be your mommy, daddy, they can take care of your every need. And we're seeing portions of our society that are just saying, yep, hey, why work when I can stay home and the government, the government will, I can make more money staying home. And that's what we're seeing under this Biden economy. We've seen there's a book, a forthcoming book by Bob Woodward and Robert Costa called Peril. And it reportedly talks and gets into, in their reporting, of the alleged phone call made by General Mark Milley in the final days of President Trump's administration. In that the Joint Chief Chairman, Milley, alleged that he assured that his counterpart, his Chinese counterpart, that if Donald Trump decided to attack, he would give them the heads up. Now this is a so-called United States general talking to our adversary, the Chinese, and telling them what information, what potential secrets he's going to share with the Chinese counterpart. Did the Trump administration give authorization for that message? No, he did it on his own. So what should happen? What should happen to this general when he goes behind the President of the United States back? And has it happened yet? Has Joe Biden said he's got to go? This can't stand to undermine the presidency of the United States. Is that what Biden said? Or is he for the tearing down of our military? Because we've already heard things coming out of Milley's mouth over the last year, and it's not uplifting and strengthening our military, but Milley's been tearing our military down with all this critical race theory and be all you can't be in the military under Milley, and he needs to go. And well, will we see this absent so-called president, this so-called commander-in-chief, who some days he's president and other days he doesn't know who he is? So, you know, the American people should be demanding more. A commander-in-chief that they can trust. A commander-in-chief that won't have a general that's out there committing treason against the United States. But we don't hear that from this so-called president. This past a few days ago, I'd like to share a little bit from Ted Cruz had a column about 2 or 3 days ago, and he brings the point: Biden risks importing potential Afghan terrorists, predators, into our country. And you've seen it. You saw the people being airlifted out of Afghanistan, and it wasn't just American citizens, but we have the evacuees and Afghani evacuees boarding, getting on planes, and then we saw them on buses that were proceeding to Washington Dulles Airport there in Northern Virginia at the end of August 29th. Senator Cruz, he's the senator there in Texas, fears that there could be some potential terrorists, yes, terrorists, among those evacuees. So what does the Biden administration do? You know, hey, open our arms, bring the buses in, and what's taking place right now? What's wearing Ted Cruz, Senator Cruz? We now know the facts that in many cases, vetting. You know, how are they being vetted? And that's what concerns Senator Cruz, is that we've already seen in many cases it's been inadequate. From the people that have already come over here, and when we even look at the southern border, you know, that's wide open too. And that we're seeing drug cartels, we're seeing foreign individuals coming across the southern border, and what checks are they being vetted? We have the same issue happening on our southern border. But Senator Cruz was talking about this last Afghanis being brought in, and we're not vetting them. And he's also concerned that these checks are not, in some cases, there is some vetting. In other cases, that bring them on through, send them wherever. And they're not even doing that. They're not even doing the basic checks. So Senator Cruz, this past week really was sounding the alarm that, again, the Biden administration and the Afghan debacle continues, and now we could have potential terrorists in the nation. And what will be next, maybe next year or even sooner, that we're dealing with catastrophes in some of our cities, some of our states, and then we're dealing with other issues that we've seen in the past because of this failed leader and the policies that he's putting in place that are putting American citizens in danger. So, you know, there's a lot going on in the states right now. What I'd like to do at this point is have us take a look at a video. And I had mentioned one of the things that has concerned me is that, you know, when you have our military turning and going their own way, doing, you know, deciding, hey, generals, now I'm going to be president and I'm going to make decisions and I'm going to set policy, and like General Milley. And we're going to hear some comments from Tucker Carlson regarding General Milley and what took place with the decision to be sharing information with the Chinese. So here, let's take a watch here as Tucker Carlson talks a little bit about what took place under General Milley's conversations and possible treasonous acts against the presidency of the United States. Here, take a look.